NWF Army, I'm Sean Bossman, the boss of pro wrestling, along with Big League. And what an incredible weekend of NWF wrestling excitement we have seen, starting with this past Friday in Wilmington, Ohio.
The road to FanFest is heating up, folks. And in Wilmington, Ohio, we saw Anthony Bryant, the mercenary, step in the ring with Christopher Michael Lotus once again. But the numbers game, the handcuffs, just was too much for Christopher Michael Lotus. At one point, Anthony Bryant grabbed those handcuffs, went to hit Christopher Michael Lotus with them, but Lotus was able to hit a super kick and knock those cuffs out. He decided, you know what, this has cost me the match way too many times, so I'm going to take these, I'm going to give them to the ref to get them far, far away from the mercenary.
Well, that was the right thing to do.
It was, but it cost him the match because Wildcat Chris Harris slid in the ring, took another pair of handcuffs, decked Christopher Michael Lotus, drug the mercenary on top. 1, 2, 3. You know Lotus is not done with this. FanFest is right around the corner, and he's fired up. Also, we saw a huge 6-man tag that I didn't think Wilmington was able to contain when you saw Jay Donaldson, Tough Justice take on Calypso, David Tyler, and Jordan Clearwater, and a huge 6-man tag match that led to the end with the rookies getting their hand raised. Could that be a sign of things to come at FanFest in just 2 weeks, boss man?
It might be a sign to come, and that brings us to what happened just last night in Ludlow, Kentucky, ringside at the poolside, where you pulled off a huge victory over your former tag team partner, Brody Cormack and Crazy Ed.
I didn't pin the guy I wanted to tonight, but at FanFest, rest assured, I'm going to get my hands on Brody. There's no running this time. But let's talk about what happened at Ludlow some more. You saw the challengers in the street fight for the tag team titles, David Tyler and Jordan Clearwater, take on one half of the tag team champions, the Outlaw Matt Stevens and the Warlock. And the game plan for the Outlaw didn't go the way he wanted. Once again, David Tyler and Jordan Clearwater getting their hands raised, sending a clear message that at FanFest, those titles are coming back with us, boys.
Absolutely. And then, of course, in the main event, we saw Jay Donaldson, the 5-star superstar, get a shot at the NWF heavyweight champion, the Titan. But things didn't quite go the way he'd planned. He tried to use a steel chair in that match. Calypso, the man Jay Donaldson will be facing at FanFest, came down to stop that atrocity. Jay Donaldson swung the chair at Calypso. Calypso got out of the way. It hit the ropes, ricocheted, and hit Jay Donaldson himself, costing him the match. And so, therefore, you know what's going to happen when we see them face each other in the ultimate ladder match for that unified championship, which is currently held up for grabs. FanFest 11, Calypso, Jay Donaldson. Who's it going to be to win that championship in the ultimate ladder match? And of course, the champion, the Titan, he has his hands full as well, as he has to face his former best friend, Nasty Russ, inside the steel cage. That NWF championship will be on the line. Just 2 weeks, fans. FanFest 11, Fairfield, Ohio. Make sure you don't miss it. We'll be right back.
When you back an animal into a corner, that animal's natural instinct is to fight its way out, to survive by any means. That's one animal. What happens when you back 4 animals into 4 corners and only one can survive? We're going to find that answer out August the 19th. For FanFest is going to host a massacre known as the Fatal 4-Way. Pompano Joe, your tune is long overdue for silence. Legendary Larry D, you're going to find out your legendary status means nothing, as you're nobody until somebody kills you. And Chiron, I'm going to teach you that for every Goliath, there's a David. Every giant, there's a Jack. And for every Chiron, there's me. I'm going to back myself into a corner, just to create the desperation, the pain, the agony needed to survive to defeat you three. And I know what you're thinking. It's a fatal four-way. Every man for himself. Not to me. You see, to me, it's the world versus me. And the world is outnumbered. FanFest. Be ready. Because it's going to get ugly.
FanFest 11 is right around the corner, and a lot of people think that I've gotten myself in over my head. You see, I step into the ring with three of the biggest competitors the NWF has to offer: the one-man wrecking crew, T-Money, BMF, Chiron, and a tri-state champion, legendary Larry D. You see, FanFest, I'm setting out to prove why I'm the most destructive force right here in the NWF, and I'm going to walk out with that tri-state championship.
NWF Army, the Northern Wrestling Federation, is on the road this coming Saturday, August 12th. We're going to be back at Bone Crushers, 1605 Vine Street, Elmwood Place. That's our hometown. Make sure you're there.
Don't forget, it's a special bell time, 7 p.m. there. But also, October the 7th, we return to the Clinton County Fairgrounds, Wilmington, Ohio. Make sure you mark it on your calendars. You will not want to miss it, fans. But right around the corner, 2 weeks away, the biggest show of the year, August 19th, Fairfield, Ohio. It's FanFest 11.
An entire night, an entire day, I should say, of wrestling excitement. And if you get the VIP tickets, you get let in a half hour earlier, 2 o'clock for 2 bonus matches, and then an entire day. You got dunking booths, water balloon toss, and of course, then all the wrestling excitement at the end. Fans, don't miss it. August 19th, we'll be right back.
NWF Army, listen closely. Your team captain has a special announcement. That means put down your phones. Close out your Facebook, delete your Twitter, eyes and ears on me. Everyone knows that the everyday players are done. And not because Big League left, because the team captain decided it was time for the team captain to do what was right for him. Now at FanFest 11, you want to put me in a wide world of sports match. That's fine. Because the wide world of sports isn't in my wheelhouse. It is my wheelhouse. Big League at FanFest, you will be no more. At FanFest, the team captain gets the W. Because that is what the team captain does.
One more time, NWF Army, I want you to mark your calendars August 19th for FanFest 11. There are going to be so many great matches, including you getting your hands on your former teammate, the guy who calls himself the team captain, Brody Cormack.
That's right. August 19th, FanFest 11, me and Brody, wide world of sports match. We're going to take 4 boxes. We're going to put sports equipment inside of it, and whatever you pull out, you can legally use, and I promise you, Brody, I'm going to hit you with every single one of those items. But we also have the Tag Team Championship on the line in a street fight as Tough Justice defends their tag team titles against a fired-up David Tyler and Jordan Clearwater. We saw what happened last time in Fairfield when they left the champs laying and sent a clear message that we are ready to fight for those titles, boys.
Are the old Lions going to keep the belts, or are the young Lions going to rule? Speaking of championships, we also have a fatal 4-way for the Tri-State Championship as the legendary Larry D defends that championship against T-Money, Pompano Joe, and the huge Chiron. It's going to be an incredible event. The odds are against the champion in that kind of a match.
I don't know if the ring can contain all of those guys. I mean, you have T-Money, the one-man wrecking crew. You have everybody's homie Pompano Joe, and then you have this big monster Chiron. and the legend of Larry D, the champion, who is not going to let go of that title easily. It is not going to be a match you are going to want to miss, folks.
That match is worth the price of admission alone. And of course, we've got the ultimate ladder match where the the unified championship, what should I say it? I was going to say it right. The undisputed unified champion will be determined. There, I said it, and we're going to find out because that title is up for grabs. Whoever climbs that ladder, retrieves that championship, will be the undisputed unified champion.
Is it going to be Jay Donaldson or is it going to be Calypso? We are going to find out in the ultimate ladder match at FanFest 11 on August 19th. But we also have the steel cage. Nasty Russ has returned. He's demanded the main event at FanFest, and he got it. But under the condition that it takes place in the steel cage, the Titan, the king of the fight, is going to defend that championship against his former friend, his former mentor, Nasty Russ. It's going to be a brutal match, no doubt about it.
Fans, you don't want to miss it. There's that. There is so much more. I don't even have time to list it all. Make sure you check the Northern Wrestling Federation Facebook page, nwfwrestling.com, and call the hotline 513-507-4NWF to get all of the information. August 19th, FanFest 11.
We can't wait. See you guys then.